Hello and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Facebook Live session with me. So before we proceed, let's do a quick sound check. Can you all hear me? If you can, please type clear. Let's wait for a few responses to see if the sound is clear or not before I proceed further. So testing. 1, 2, 3. I hope from here is fine so that I don't have to go close to the mic on purpose. All right, sound check clear from Iqbal. Good. Nor Zaifa Zainal. One Izzat Daniel. Okay, both clear. Very good. Let's just wait for a few more responses. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Test. Okay, last sound check. 1, 2, 3. All right, I think it's all good. So since it's clear, thank you for the responses. This will be the last Facebook live talk from me for this month. So let's all enjoy and benefit from today's talk as best as we can. And I'll do my best to deliver today's content as well to you guys. And one more thing, it'll be much appreciated if you can like and share this Facebook Live to your friends on your Facebook page. So if you can do that, thank you so much. And yeah, I see some new names, right? Like Irene, because I don't think I remember that name. So while waiting for the others to join, let's just break the ice just a little bit. Okay, with some recent changes in Malaysia, are you guys feeling more comfortable with the market, or it's just nah, I'm a technician, financial technician, I'll just follow the charts. Okay, you can give like a one-line reply. As for me, okay, I do feel slightly more comfortable. It's also because of how other investors and traders feel, but still, as a chartist, my priority is price charts. So, what about you guys? Anything you want to share? Most people I've met, they say they feel more comfortable. Okay, because of the biggest factor would be the political situation. They say they feel that it's more stable. Yes, just like there one Izzat Daniel says it's more stable after election. Yes. Politically I feel that way as well, but when it comes to financial market, priority for me is price charts. So thank you, one Izzat Daniel, for sharing. It's just that's what most of the people say when I ask them. They feel that it's more stable, they feel more comfortable. So let's hope that things will be better for Malaysia and everyone. So that's enough of breaking the ice. Now we can proceed with today's talk. So as usual, I have to read out to you this disclaimer. This talk is for information and educational purposes only and should not be construed as a solicitation to buy or sell any of the stocks mentioned herein. The speakers or his staff may have positions in some of these stocks. All right, especially for first-timers, you must understand this is not a recommendation. It's just for information and educational purposes only. All right, so for today's talk content is very simple. It's just on market outlook, and then just a very brief on TAD system, and then stocks to watch with the basis of technical analysis and TAD. Then we're gonna look at SI station for a while, and then we're gonna open to the floor for Q&A. Anything you guys want to ask, technical analysis related or other things, okay? I'll be here to answer them. And so, as of 12:30 p.m. today, here is the market breadth. Gainers is 354, slightly less than the losers, okay, which is losers were 446. KLCI currently just inching higher by 1.01 point. All right. Turnover as of 12:30 is at least 1 billion. I would say it's relatively a lot or more compared to before election. So even technically speaking, we can see all this confidence being shown, reflected on, you can say, price charts and even market breadth. All right, so that's for the market breadth. And now for the market outlook. So as usual, we're going to start off with the KLCI. So let's take a look at the KLCI. So just to rewind a bit during one of Mr. Fred's session. Okay, so he mentioned on the 23rd of August, okay, the Fed raised interest rates was around here. And then over here is when the dissolution of parliament happened, all right, near the most recent, near the low here. Then a few weeks later, all right, on the 20th of October, one day after the election, Malaysia was all set. Okay, after voting and everything, okay, they were ready to see the new days of Malaysia. And on that day, KLCI had a slightly strong closing, as you can see, based on this candle. All right. And other than that, these are just the past events. But what about technically speaking? Okay, let's look at the index movement. So from here, okay, I think you can see the line here, the red line moving, right? From there, it went up and then it went down. So at this point, you could actually have an upper trend line drawn here, touching 1, 2, and 3 points. Okay, then you can see there was a temporary breach of the trend line. It's a whipsaw, all right, but we can choose to have that trend line stay. Then as the day goes by, you can see the index pull back slightly, okay, but still above the previous low here. And then as of yesterday's closing, all right, this is the latest candle. All right, so a few days ago, there was a break of the upper trend line, right? The downtrend line here. So with that, technically speaking, there is some strength after the election. So other than the trend line breakout here, we can also see a support from the lower trend line here, from this point to this point, okay? So there are 2 contact points. So let's analyze just a bit more. As for support, the recent ones that we can see is around here. All right, the green rectangle here, support at around 1,428. As you can see, it was tested here. There was a reaction around here and here and here. So around this level. So we can say that there is a floor here around this level. So other than that, what do we have? So previously, this was a ceiling, a resistance. So you can see this was a floor, then broken, it became a ceiling. You can see how the index failed to break above the resistance here. Not just once, but twice. But on the 3rd attempt, it succeeded. So from this point onward, we can say it's a resistance turned support. So it's like where your ceiling, you go through it, it is now your new floor. So previously it was red, a resistance. Now is green, which is a support. So resistance turn support around this level, 1,464. So based on yesterday's closing, you can see even the candle, the shadow was testing that level. Later we can see how it is on SI station. See the updated one. Right. What else can we see here? Right. The next resistance. So just based on old high, there is a resistance around 1,528. Okay, based on this old high. So this is the outlook for the KLCI as of now. The trendline breakout here just happened recently. Currently there is a lower trendline support over here, and we can see some with using the simple concept of support and resistance. We can see them here, support around here and here, and as for the resistance, it's here. So technically speaking, KLCI is you can say slightly bullish right now, but you also have to understand that the KLCI is only made up of 30 stocks. Okay, it is like a benchmark that you can look at to generally see how the health of our stock market is doing. So it can help you to a certain point. Sometimes it can be misleading, but right now it's telling us that yes, the condition is slightly improving after the election. So after the KLCI, usually we look at the FBMM SCP, where a lot of the mid and small cap stocks are in. So we go there, and then let's see, just by applying technical analysis. So here first, I can see there was a strong decline from here, and then the index went up and then down, all right, and then up again. So this is when we could see we can say a potential double bottom, or once broken, like over here, all right, it's a W or double bottom, okay, with a breakout. So just by using simple chart pattern, you can see that when the index was declining a lot, at one point, it found a support here. After hitting a resistance or ceiling here, eventually it broke that ceiling. So technically speaking, it's just starting to gain momentum and bullishness. And oh yeah, since it is based on chart pattern analysis, those of you who know chart patterns, you should know that for chart patterns, when there is a breakout, you can actually project your target based on that pattern. Okay, so for example, over here, the double bottom or the W bottom is very simple. What you do is just measure the vertical height of that pattern, okay, from the low to the top. So let's call it X. So this X, this same length, projected above the ceiling or at the breakout point. All right, and so based on chart patterns analysis on the FBMM SCAP, it is projected that if the index continues to rally, sustain its bullishness, right, it may test around this level, 18,930. All right, so later we'll also see how this index is currently doing as of 12:30. We'll go to SI station later. So after looking at the KLCI and FBMM SCAP, things will be much clearer. You can see that both indices, they are somewhat moving together. Not saying that they have the same pattern, but they are gaining momentum, bullishness recently, starting around the same time, right? Which is after the election. Okay, so nevertheless, whatever the factors that may push them, we have to look at charts if you're a chartist, and then do your analysis over there. Okay, so after looking at these two indices, now that we know the market is slightly improving, then there is also another way, how to take the next step to know in more detail which sector has a potential, okay, to go. So we're going to look at sectorial indices. So there are many sectoral indices, but the recent movement that we saw was in property. Okay, so in property, based on charts itself, technical analysis, you can see using simple trend line. Okay, 1, 2, 3. As of yesterday's closing, the index was just barely breaking above this trend line. All right. Other than that, oh yes, the red line here is the 200 moving average. So it is also barely crossing above that moving average. So if the candle can exceed and close firmly above these two, the trend line and the moving average, then you can say the index has a good chance to make a new rally. Even based on chart pattern, right now we can see a small potential rounding bottom. So based on trendline and 200 EMA, I already told you, but based on chart pattern on this potential rounding bottom, you can see that there is a resistance around 659. So just like what I mentioned just now about the double bottom projecting the target, all right? So based on rounding bottom, if broken firmly, we can take the height of the pattern projected upward. So if and once the resistance here is broken, then we can see whether the index can test this level or not. All right, so I hope so far it's clear, especially for those who are new. This way is actually useful, very helpful for those, let's say you already know technical analysis, but you're entering a new market. Okay, let's say you have never traded Malaysian's stock market before, but you have technical analysis knowledge. You probably won't know where to start. So one of the ways is look at the KLCI and FBMM SCAP to get a general idea of what's going on. And then what sector to prioritize if there is any. You look at the sectorial indices. Okay, then from there you can do your filtering, handpick which stocks out of the 1,000 counters available in the KLSE, okay, out of them, you can see which ones to keep inside your watch list and monitor. All right, before we go to the stocks, let's do just a very quick one on the TAD system, how it works, and then we'll use it for the stocks to watch for today. And so for the TAD system, for those who are new, it is a breakout system, okay, all based on technical analysis. How it is used and designed is okay, it was designed by Mr. Fred Tam. So how to use is actually designed to be simple but profitable. Okay, so the rule here for the TAD is you have to follow the 3 green arrows. So the duck here, okay, TAD stands for turtle atom duck. Duck here, it tells you the underlying trend of a stock. So you want a green arrow from the duck indicator. Next, you want a green arrow from the atom indicator. So for atom, it identifies whether there is a potential breakout in that stock or not. Okay. So far we have 2 green arrows, but we need 3. Sometimes the indicator may give you another green arrow, but we don't want it like this. So we want the 3rd arrow from the turtle. Okay, so turtle actually identifies the timing of the breakout. So that's the general rule. You want 3 green arrows to appear. They don't have to appear at the same time, as long as the latest arrows from each indicator is a green arrow. And here's another tip. Since it is a breakout system, so chartists, you should know what makes a breakout a good breakout. So here's a tip. If you're using the turtle, the TAD system, So turtle identifies the timing of the breakout, right? So you have to look at the turtle carefully. A good turtle breakout should be with one is good volume and firm candle. So while computers can help you with the dark, atom, and turtle, there are still just a few things that we still need human intervention. Okay, like seeing whether the volume is good or not, because good volume is what makes a volume good is it's all relative. You have to see in the past and compare whether the current volume is considered high or normal or low. All right. Other than that, firm candle, another thing that computers cannot help. So firm candles meaning if you have a turtle breakout with this kind of candle, then it's firm because price open here and close here near the high. If you get this, okay, just a small shadow here. So during the day, price went up until here, but closed just slightly lower. It is still fine. But if we get this, it's a turtle breakout, technically and mathematically. But when you open the chart and you see this kind of candle, a small body and a long upper shadow, so this is not a firm candle. So you may ignore the breakout if you see this kind of candle. Okay, so that's the tip for breakout using TAD or even any other breakout, even chart patterns breakout. You want firm candles and good volume. All right, so that's how TAD works. So how it looks like on a real chart, you can see here. So on the price chart, you have the turtle, right? Then down here, you have the atom. And then last year, you have the duck. So it is separated into three different panes so that it's easier to see. It's user-friendly. So here we want three green arrows like I said before. So over here, we have duck, atom, and turtle. So on this day, we already have three green arrows. So in this example, on the 29th of November 2018, based on TAD system, there was a buy signal. So what do? You enter, and then you just ride the trend. Oh, I forgot to mention, TAD is a buy and breakout system and also a trend following system. So those people who like to ride the trend, position trading, just like the moving average, TAD system is one of the systems that can help you to get that. So once you're in, what do? Well, you can sell at target based on techniques like Fibonacci or chart patterns, or you can wait for a sell signal based on TAD, which is three red arrows. All right, three red arrows. So over here, if you can see, there's a red arrow here and here, but nothing in the duck. So we can ignore this and just stay with it until, all right, there's another 1, 2, 3. All right, so on this day is when we get out based on TAD system. So from here, one would have made 18,000 ringgit if he or she put 10,000 ringgit inside the stock. So that's 180% return in 5.3 months. All right, 5.3 months is quite long, but that is position trading. So once you're out, what do? Well, you stay out and only re-enter when there is a new set of three green arrows. Okay, so the concept and in the simplest form of TAD, this is how it works. All right, so let's look at another example here. PK. Same thing, three green arrows. You can see on this day, you enter, and then you can see here, red arrow in the turtle, red arrow in the atom, but nothing in the duck. So you just ignore these arrows and just write it. And if you were to still have it until the 28th of May, 2021, one would make around 29,000 or 295% return in 9.9 months with 10,000 ringgit capital, right? Again, it's long, 9.9 months, because it's position trading. So while I said this is in its simplest form, those who know those who know technical analysis better, of course, you can mix the techniques once you really understand the concept of TAD. So if you were to use TAD like this, it is mostly position trading. But if you know things like Fibonacci, Japanese candlestick and all that, trendline breakout, it can be done for swing trading. So let's take a look at an example here. 1, 2, 3. So 3 green arrows. There was a TAD breakout over here. So the closing price was 185 cents on this date. All right, and let's say based on Fibonacci, all right, the target was here. So instead of waiting for 3 red arrows, you choose to sell at Fibonacci projection target. So with that, you will make 43% return in 15 days. So percentage-wise and in terms of the return, yes, it's lower than the previous examples. But in terms of duration, it is shorter because this is swing trading. All right, so this is swing trading. But if one wishes to hold the position, okay, as of 26th of October, the unrealized gain would be around 56% in 98 days, right? So that's how TD works for swing trading and position trading. Now, just a few more examples. So 1, 2, 3. 3 green arrows. Then you can see here, closing price on that day, 2 ringgit and 94 cents. And we exit based on Fibonacci projection. So that would be a 37% return in 40 days. And if one wishes to hold up until 26th of October, all right, there will be 44% return in 89 days. So whether to swing trade or position trade, it really depends on the individual themselves, because you have to take into account of a lot of factors like your capital, your time, expected profit, patience, and so on. All these factors can determine what kind of style suits you. All right, and I believe this is the last example. Okay, just a quick one on SFP Tech. For new stocks, IPO stocks, there are usually not enough data for all 3 indicators to compute the data, like the dot here, you can see. This part was missing. So in that case, you can just refer to whatever indicator that is available at that time. So in this case, it was the atom and turtle. So just based on the turtle breakout, all right, if you're to enter here on this day, and if you were to still have it on the 26th of October, your return would be 156% in 62 days. But mind you, this at that time it was only 67 cents. It's cheap, so that's why percentage-wise, it's easy to get a higher return. All right. So now you know how TAD works. I can see there are a few questions. Q&A later. I'll answer them all together at the end. All right. So for stocks to watch, we'll combine the concept of TAD system and other techniques like chart patterns, if applicable, right? Or even trend line. So all this are based on yesterday's closing. So I mentioned property index was making a move recently. All right, so I looked into property stocks. I saw some of them somewhat moving, some of them not really moving. Some of them were slightly moving, but the candles were quite illiquid. So technically speaking, for technical chartists, we don't really like this kind of stocks because there's not enough liquidity. But SP Satya, if not mistaken, this is a property stock. I found the candles to be quite firm. So that's why I look at SP Satya and analyze further. So for SP Satya, let's start from the left-hand side first. So from here, what we could do was draw trend line. 1, 2, 3. Okay, touching these 3 points and straight. So based on yesterday's closing, price was just barely breaking above the trend line. All right. While TAD breakout was already triggered on the 24th of November. So based on TAD, before that, there was already some bullishness. And based on yesterday's closing, price was barely breaking above the trend line. I wonder how it is now. Later, we'll take a look. All right. So turtle support is at 51.5 cents. If price rallies further, it may test an old high resistance at 75 cents. Okay, so SP Satya, I think later we'll take a look. Next, IGR it's a different sector, but why I look at it is not because of the sector, it's just because of this individual stock itself. It's a price movement. So IGR yesterday, it made a new all-time high of 1.76, which is a sign of strength. Okay, so fast turtle support here is a short-term support. For today is at 1.65. So we use this fast turtle support when a trend is parabolic. Parabolic means it's going up sharply like this. Okay, so if it's like this is normal 45-degree. If it goes up sharp like this, parabolic, we use fast turtle. Okay, so other than that, yes, before that, there was already a TAD breakout on the 20th of October. Then price has been rallying ever since. I also noticed that recent volume was quite high, so which suggests that in the beginning, there was a strong presence of buyers, but this is just slightly concerned. As price rallies, volume fails to rise as well. So the rally here may or may not end soon. Okay, but regardless, as chartists, we look at the charts, what happens, then only we react. Okay, so as for turtle support, in case if it goes back to moderate trend, it will be at 1.38 ringgit. If price continues to rally, it may test a level here at 1.93 ringgit. So all this is just based on technical analysis, TAD, Fibonacci, and so on. Next here we have CMSB. So this one, what is nice is that based on trend line itself, all right, this is your downward sloping ceiling. There was a breakout, same or similar time with the TAD breakout. So the timing was at the same time. There's a coincide, and not just that. If you look at the volume here, so only recently volume started to come in. So you can say there's a strong presence of buyers. Okay, pushing this price upward when it broke out. All right. So for turtle support at the moment is at 89.5 cents. If price continues to rally, it may test an old high here at 1.19 ringgit. Right? All this just based on TAD, old high, Fibonacci. Simple. Then we have here the last one, MFLA. This one has been the highlight recently because of, you can see it's how it's climbing very sharply. So here I annotated it's parabolic, be careful. Okay, why be careful? For those who are new, when price goes up sharply or parabolic, all right, if it reverses, it can be a quick one as well, all right? So as it rises up sharply, it can also reverse and decline as sharply as how it has climbed up. So that's why you have to be careful. And for this, in terms of support, you have to use a shorter term support. Like if you know faster term support, then you use faster term support, or you use Japanese candlestick reversal patterns. All right. So MFLAR, I wonder how it is doing now. Later we'll take a look. But as of yesterday's closing, it was still climbing. Volume is still rising, unlike the other stock where volume was noticeably to be declining. This one is still rising. So based on chart, I believe this is an old high. So it may or may not test an old high at 86 cents. All right, is the live on? Can you guys see me? If you can, please type clear. All right, good thing we're back. I'm not sure what happened, but okay, we're back to this. Resuming from MFLAR just now, as I was saying, yes, MFLAR currently is climbing sharply in a parabolic manner. So, why be careful? So, for those who are new to the financial market, whenever price rises sharply, if it reverses, it can also decline very sharp. All right. So that's why when you see price going up sharply, you need to use a shorter term or a nearer support. Like those who know what is faster to support, you can use it. Or you can also use reversal Japanese candlestick pattern. All right. So that's for MFLAR. And just now I was saying the 86 here, I believe, is an old high because when I zoom out, I think it was this stock. It was an old high. So if MFLAR continues to, is able to sustain its rally, it may or may not test the level over here. But just at the moment, based on the volume, it's still healthy because price is up, volume is also up. Unlike one of the stocks just now I mentioned where it was climbing up, but volume declining. All right, so that's the last one for today's stocks to watch. Now, okay, we can look at the turtle screener or just SI, right, in general. So let's take a look at the SI station. Maybe we can take a look at the okay, for MFLAR. Let's see, how is it doing? All right, I hope you can see my screen. It's shared investor station. So MFLAR, yesterday, the candle was here. Today is here, still breaking out. Volume is still high. So as it rises, all right, be careful. So, all right, MFLAR, nothing much to say. It's just technically bullish right now. Still climbing up with healthy volume. All right, other than MFLAR, okay, I mentioned AJIA just now. So whatever questions you guys want to ask, you can leave it in the comment section. Then at the end, I'll answer them. All right. So for AJIA, okay, just a normal pullback in the financial market. Whenever price is trending upward, on and off, there will be some minor pullbacks. But if you're a trend follower, you should be bothered by those small pullbacks. Okay, so AJIA still technically bullish. Let's see, CMSB. So CMSB also just a slight pullback today. MFLAR, we've looked at it. Oh, and I mentioned SP Setia. So SP Setia. So in the PowerPoint slide just now, where it was screenshot yesterday's, based on yesterday's closing, I said that the price was just barely breaking above the trend line here, right? So right now, today, you can see price continues to exceed above the trend line. So that is a sign of strength, a good breakout. So now we just need to see how the closing will be. All right. So by 5 p.m. or 5 or 4:45, if the candle is still firm, then it is likely to be a firm breakout. Best accompanied with a high volume, right? Right now, volume is just normal. Okay. Other than this, right, the KLCI, how is it doing? All right. So the resistance turn support I mentioned is around this level. So you can see that the index, even today, it is testing it. And right now it's forming a long lower shadow. So this level is important to monitor. And what about the mid and small cap? Let's take a look. So here I mentioned double bottom. All right. And I mentioned that the candle was just broken, barely breaking the high here. So at the moment, there isn't a clear, rally away from this previous resistance. Okay. So just be cautious a bit first. Once we see a candle that rallies away from this level firmly, then we can say that it's getting more and more bullish. So that's on the we've covered the stocks I mentioned. We look at how they are today as of 12:30. We looked at KLCI. We looked at the FBMM SCAP. Yes, property. Property. All right. Property index. Let me go here, Bursa indices. Okay. All right, so for property, let me zoom in a bit. Oh, look at that. So it's just slightly breaking above this old high of 659. So let's see how it closes. If it can close firmly, then it will be a good and firm breakout. Then technically speaking, it will stand a chance to try and rally to test this level. So this one is based on chart patterns analysis. So yes, let's wait for this one to close and see. So that's all for the SI station. Now, before I go to the Q&A, right, we go back to the slide. So I hope you can look at the slide now. I saw someone asking just now about classes and all. So here in F1 Academy, we teach both academic and practical analysis. So meaning those who want to learn just for trading, you can, or those who want qualification in case you want a career or anything, that's the academic side. We also cover that. Okay, so let me just go through one by one. If you already know technical analysis, now you just need extra eyes to help you a bit of filtering in the market. You know how in the KLSE, there are over 1,000 counters. So let's say I've never traded the Malaysian stock market, but I've traded other markets. I would still need help, extra eyes, or any medium or anything that I can use to help me to narrow down my selection from 1,000 counters in the KLC, maybe to 10 or 20, just for me to do my analysis, okay, on these few stocks. So if you're in that category, then the Fred Thumb Daily Newsletter can help you with that. All right. And next one here, we have the Fred Thumb's book. Those who wish to learn, but you prefer reading, then you can go for the books. And just to share with you, the first book I bought was the Chart Patterns Analysis. It was in 2018. I bought it at Popular One Utama. And this book helped me a lot. I finished it within less than 2 weeks. And that's actually also how I found Mr. Fred Tam and F1 Academy. All right. I brought this book overseas with me at that time and just read it over there. So you can buy it from popular bookstore or buy it from us and have it signed by the author himself. Next, we have those who don't need qualification. They just want to have knowledge to start trading. So we have this F1 computerized stock trading course. So this includes the topics that you need to trade the Malaysian stock market. Okay, like what is stock and all those, basic technical analysis, money management, daily system, how to use it, and the system itself with the charting platform is included. Tutorials are also included, right? And this is pre-recorded. But the thing is, since it's pre-recorded, you can start anytime and anywhere as long as you have your laptop or phone with you with internet connection. So with this, you don't have to wait for any intake. You can just start now, anytime, and anywhere. So the last one here is one of our, I can say the most famous one, is the Professional Certificate in Financial Technical Analysis course. So this course is an intensive 3 months course. Okay, it's only held twice a year, in January and July, because the exam for this is only held twice per year. So the next intake will be in January 2023. So for here, not only we cover the academic side, practical is also included, and also we help students to prepare for the prestigious STA UK exam. So I mentioned qualifications, right? So that qualification or qualifications are from these two bodies, STA UK, and one more is IFTA USA from the so this is Society of Technical Analysts UK. The other one is International Federation of Technical Analysts. So if you see a lot of remisers and charters in Malaysia, they have these two qualifications, MSTA UK and CFTE US. All right. So I myself, I was a student. I joined in 2018. I was in the 19th intake. So with the knowledge, I'm able to trade right now, okay, efficiently. I'm able to give analysis. I'm able to give talks. Sometimes people or other organizations, they invited me to give talks. And because of the qualifications, there are some, demands from companies. They want to hire me. So this qualifications is like a door for you to help you start a career, have a serious career in the line of technical analysis. So it's for 3 months. The classes are every weekend, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, it's just via Zoom online. So it's convenient. So starting from today, the price is now at 18,126 ringgit. All right. So this is only up until December 31st. So after that, before we start the intake in January, the price is going to increase to, for the last time, to 19,080 ringgit. Okay, and this course, why, who is it for? So those who want better trading skills, deeper understanding in technical analysis to become an analyst. So PCFDA can help you with that. And when we prepare you for the exam, you pass, you get the qualifications. You will obtain a diploma in technical analysis from the Society of Technical Analysts UK. So at the same time, you will also have this title beside your name, MSTA, Member of Society of Technical Analysts. Oh, and also you will have another qualification from IFTA USA, CFTE, Certified Financial Technician. So these two are gold standard qualifications for technical analysis. So other than that, maybe you have children who want to have a career in this line. So they want to be they want to have potential employment in the line of technical analysis. So these qualifications can help you with that. So broker companies, bank, unit trust companies, okay, they will look for people with this kind of qualifications. Reason 4, those who want to teach in universities or college or even an academy like this, okay? So you will need the knowledge and the qualification from here in order to teach. And lastly, those who want to be a successful author if one day you plan to write a book. Just like how Mr. Fred has written a few books, okay? You will definitely need the knowledge to write those books. All right, just to add further about the exams, it won't be easy, but you'll be in good hands with our lecturers. We have a few lecturers that will help you with the preparation of the exam. So the latest result we have here from the latest intake for paper 1 is all MCQ, objective questions, A, B, C, D. So we had 6 distinctions, all right, while the rest 10, they pass. And for paper 2, this is harder. It's subjective paper. So we have 2 distinctions here. And the thing is here is, in the whole world, during that intake, only 3 students got distinction, okay? And 2 of those students came from our academy. So with this, you can be assured that you'll be in good hands with good guidance to pass or even score distinction for the exam. So once you pass, you can get the title MSTA UK and CFTE US beside your name. So if you're interested, you can hurry up and register. Call this TD hotline 1 and 2 and tell them which product you're interested in. And remember, for the PCFTA, the longer you wait, okay, later it will increase. So with that, now I'll open to the floor to answer any questions that you guys have. All right, guys, any question? You can leave them in the comment section below. So anyone that asked questions in the previous talk before it was cut off, all right, you need to type them again in this section here, in this live section. All right, while waiting, some of the frequently asked questions about PCFTA is that if you are under 18 years old, can you take the PCFTA? Well, to take the course PCFTA, you can. And in fact, our youngest student, he or she, I think it was a she was only, I think, 16 years old at that time. When I took it, I was 20, I think. Right, but to take the STA UK exam, you have to wait until your 18th birthday. This requirement was not set by us. This one is by STA UK. But to take the course itself, where we teach you, even if you're below 18, you can take it. And then if you wish to take the exam, maybe you can start taking the course now, you learn, and then within that 2 years, you can relax or even use that time to sharpen your knowledge to prepare for the exam when you reach your 18th birthday. All right. So other than that, other frequently asked questions regarding PCFTA is that, okay, so the classes, is it only just 3 months or longer? All right, the classes itself is only for 3 months. So why we still have students learning up until the 4th month? Because that is for those who are taking the exam. In the module and the package itself, within 3 months, all students will go through a mock exam and see how the questions are, right? Then it's just that those who wish to take the exam, then only the 4th month, they will still be with us. then that's where all the happy hours, the revision comes in. So for the paper one, the MCQ questions, that one will be handled by a lecturer from Singapore. Okay, he'll guide you guys with that. And then for paper two, I will guide you with that alongside with other lecturers. So we'll do mock exams, we'll do extra revisions to make sure that you can pass, or even better, score distinction. So any other question? Okay, in the PCFTA, what modules are taught inside? So we have 13 modules. It's a bit long for me to list all of them, but maybe the basic ones I'll just don't mention, like support resistance. I think that one everyone knows. Chart patterns, Japanese candlesticks, I think everyone knows. But maybe you've never heard of Ichimoku trading system. It's a trend following and standalone trading system. So this is something interesting even for most of our students, because before they join, they have never heard of that system before. Ichimoku. You can look it up. And then there's this point and figure chart. There's a time cycle, gun theory. Oh, there's this one, Elliott wave theory. And one of the most famous modules also is module number 4, oscillator analysis. So this is where the students will learn a lot and all kind of indicators and oscillators. So I know a lot of students, a lot of even traders, they love the word indicators, oscillators, because it is like like a GPS where it guides you to your destination if you know how to use them. So you'll be surprised with how many indicators and oscillators there are in technical analysis. So all that, even the techniques like divergence, failure swing from these indicators, you'll learn them in module 4. And module 4 is quite long. It's going to take 2 whole days. All right, any question? So if there are no more questions, then I think I can end it here. So everyone, thank you for joining for the Facebook Live session here. So I hope with the recent changes in Malaysia, things will go well for everyone, and also, of course, Malaysia. And so, if you're joining the PCFTA, I'll see you next year in January. All right. Thank you for joining, and bye-bye.
In trading the financial markets, or to be a professional in this line of work, join our professional certificate in financial technical analysis. This certificate course is a 3-month course. You will learn 30 improvement modules to enhance your trading strategies. At the same time, we prepare you for the prestigious Diploma in Financial Technical Analysis exams from the UK, as well as the certified exams from the US. You will be in good company. What you will learn from this course is applicable to stocks, commodities, CFDs, Forex, cryptocurrencies, crude palm oil, index futures, and learn how to make profit from up and down markets. Here are the 5 reasons why you take this course. Number 1, deeper understanding of technical analysis and other indicators. Number 2, obtain a diploma in financial technical analysis from world-renowned organizations. Number 3, you might want to be employed in an international brokerage firm, unit trust, or bank. Number 4, you may want to teach technical analysis in universities or colleges. And number 5, you may want to be a renowned author like myself. Choose your learning modes, in campus or online classes. Now, Let me show you our track record since 2007. In 2018, we have a passing rate of 100% for the STA Paper 1 from our 19 intake students. Later in 2019, our students brought in a passing rate of 100% as well for both Paper 1 and Paper 2. Now, let me show you what the other benefits are for signing up with us. Benefit number 1. 13 powerful modules. We'll give you the hard copies and you can keep them, and this is worth 90,000 ringgit. Benefit number 2. You will have access to our TAD system for 6 months, and this is worth 60,619 ringgit. Benefit number 3. You will have access to my daily newsletter for 6 months, and this will help you in your trading. I will tell you which stocks to look out for, and this newsletter is worth 5,000 ringgit. Benefit number 4. You will get 2 advanced trading software. 1. The SI Station with TAD templates, and 2. The MetaTrader 4. And this is worth 25,000 ringgit. Last but not least, you'll be in our Telegram support group for 6 months, and we'll continuously support you with all the help that you need. It is worth 5,000. The value of this course is 185,619. You will have special discounts if you sign up now. So hurry up and register now. Contact our customer support at these numbers.